Hello. So the sun has set here in Seattle. We had a time change. It looks like it's gonna be sunny here in London. I'm gonna try and do the Greater London loop a few times. Hello, Katie. Nice and sunny, as always. It's always sunny here in London. Katie, how was your day? How'd you like the time change? Gives me an extra hour to procrastinate, get on the bike. I just noticed Karen Grady's riding along. So hopefully the internet stays up for this stream. It's kind of off and on right now. We looked at doing Comcast for like, I think it was $50 a month. I get the same as my mobile hotspot. We got Zwift Dog. So $74 a month after the 1 year. I actually found out where we live, it's a new building. They signed an exclusive contract to only offer Comcast. I'm not sure how that's legal. So if this stays up, if the our T-Mobile stays up, then I'll be happy. Katie Levi, like the jeans. Thank you. Huh. Nice, I thought you got one the same time I did. I was thinking that was you. It's pretty good. Doing another fasted ride today, so we had Chipotle before I got on the bike. That's right. I feel so empty right now. That must be why. And the candy too. What did we have? So they have the discount Halloween candy right now, and I bought Christmas candy. We've got candy cane, Hershey's Kisses, Hershey Truffles. Jim Hansen, how are ya? So this is what I look like when I'm not flying down the Burke Gilman Trail. So Jim, don't you normally ride around this time? I think I saw you on yesterday. Yesterday, maybe, at the same time? So when I do a 3-hour session, a lot of times it's barely endurance pace, like kind of into recovery. And I'm not sure if that's correct. Nice, okay. So like a few years ago when I was getting ready to start racing again, I think I was just trying to put hours on the bike, and I wasn't worried about power. But today I have a workout set up just to go mid-endurance, high endurance, and just shift back and forth. Let me see what this is at for me. Open up Zwift here. We can go in and edit. We'll switch to percentage. Yeah, 64 to 73, so good, okay. Yeah, same. I'm glad to know I'm accidentally doing something right. So I learned this the other day. In Zwift, in erg mode, you can use your keyboard, and if you press page up or page down, you can adjust the intensity. And that I did not know. Also, if you want to skip intervals, because I was doing this on my phone, you just press tab on the keyboard. And that's going to be good for me to know, because I do that a lot. Tab to skip? Yeah. So I've been getting on Zwift and doing a lot of short, hard rides, and I think I need to focus more on endurance instead. It's pretty easy to hop on and ride hard in Zwift. And we've got people here. I can try and chase wheels. So I agree with that. I wish I could go back, because I skipped them accidentally. You gotta quick pull up the workout menu, start the workout, open up the phone and skip through if you do it once accidentally. So I've been doing extended hard efforts just to help with doing an FTP test and being used to holding hard efforts. Yeah, I've done that. So I don't worry as much now that I'm level 25. I'm getting close to level 26 though. Any day now. Nice. I like that. See, I've thought about doing that, and I would have to make sure that I was in the right gear, because if it lets me go in free ride, and all of a sudden I'm in the wrong gear. I've been in the little chain ring before. Yeah. See, I picture, it's gonna put me in free ride, and then I can just pedal harder. But free ride is a simulated, like, 5% or something grade. So, recovery smile. Katie and I, we both start out hard. Start to suffer, and then we sprint at the end. And the big recovery smile. So Katie's FTP has to have gone up. She's been doing hard efforts like for an hour that match the FTP. Yeah. So I tried before just to set the FTP test as a 1 block of erg mode. I'll get halfway through and use that end workout button. I think I picture it being easy if it's in erg mode. I just pedal through it and smile. It doesn't work out that way for me. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to try it. So have you done a ramp test before? Because I have one on here. So for me, like even endurance, I want to have it in erg mode, just because I'm used to pedaling softer and softer every time if I'm not paying attention. So I'm sitting here on camera and not paying attention, and I'm doing long rides at recovery base. So that's the workout file that I have. So Katie wants to try it, but with the that workout file, it starts out at her FTP. I haven't tried Training Peaks, no. So I used to use the WKO 3 for the longest time. And version 4 came out. I don't know how to use it now. I just wanted to see like power graphs, so I paid for Strava Premium. Oh, okay. So Zwift is gonna have your workouts in the cloud. So if you Zwift at home and then want to Zwift somewhere else, it'll be saved. So who's Philip? Maybe. We did a hounds and hare race. And we had A group. And Philip dropped his chain at the start gate. And so I think it was me and Aaron lost. And I was trying to push the group to keep Philip out of it. I ended up, I got like 5 watts per kilogram in that. Just knowing that Philip was behind me. So that's been it for me. Like, I've seen the flybys, but I don't think I've seen you in person yet. So the last flyby would have been the I was on the TT bike with the disc wheel, playing around on the trail. It was a fun day. I woke up and found out that someone took one of my KOMs, and it was one that I didn't even try for, and it went from Logboom through Marymore. And Katie and I had a plan for that day. We were gonna go out and see a movie, and all of a sudden I had my Ventusky wind chart on the PC, and I was setting up the TT bike, put latex tubes, got my skin suit, my TT helmet, and I think I lost like 4 KOMs. And I knew I took those back, but I ended up taking like 40 that day. So, reorganized the whole day because of that. I waited till it was 5 p.m. because the wind was a mile an hour faster, headed north. South. So, there's someone that I've ridden with before, and I've been on the TT bike downhill, trying to take their downhill KOM. I haven't been able to take it yet. So I think I need a lead backpack. under the jersey, of course, for aerodynamic reasons. So you gotta sit on the top tube, dropped in a car, with a TT helmet on. So I've actually switched to narrower bars just to be a little bit more aerodynamic. Like I had 42s and I went to 40s, and the 40s were so comfortable that I found a women's specific 36 centimeter bar, and it's nice because I can get on the tops of the bars and brace my arms against the outside of the shifters. You know, I have something to push against. So I think it's Chris Hoy actually like his track bike, they're Alpine 32s. The worry I had was, if I go narrower, am I gonna have leverage for a sprint? But if Chris Hoy can be on 32s and be massive, it shouldn't be a worry. Yeah. So thankfully it's been comfortable. The bars, since they're narrower reach, I have a 130 stem on, and it's the same as my old bars. But, like, I went and did Norway Hill, and it felt so comfortable coming downhill, so I'm not worried about handling. I was at first. So, like 10 years ago, someone that I raced with had super narrow bars, and in a race, like, I'd be up against the gutter and he would come through because his bars were so narrow. You know, as a sprinter, he said he feels like he could take any gap because he didn't take up much space. So instead of someone coming up and hooking onto your bar, you have more flesh, more elbow to move people around. If I had a wider bar, it would be more of a concern. So have you tried the group workout mode yet? So, first bars that I had were like 46s, maybe 44s. And I would hold the bars like that because they're so wide. And as I get narrower and narrower bars, I'm holding the bars in a better position. So I didn't go for narrower bars originally just because I wanted to be aero. It was because I wanted to be comfortable. Like, I have a spacer under my stem because I don't want it to look like I'm trying to be aero. It's set up so it's comfortable for me. So, a slightly wider bar that's 2 centimeters. And oh man, I felt like I had a parachute on. But if I put 36s, it's a hard bar to find, but it fits my shoulders. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I don't have it on like a moderation, but if you go to Twitch or Mixer, there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hello, hello. Hello? Alright. Yeah, so I have the headset in so I can hear it. And you can see my face went from trying to figure it out. Thanks for letting me know. So it might be like a Windows priority, and it starts to save resources. So with the stream, I don't know that terminology. I understand VoIP and packets, priority and network. I don't know how to change anything about that. Oh no, okay. Katie, how do I get better mobile internet speed? I may be on mobile right now. It's a possibility. It's hard to stop smiling right now for some reason. So the way that I have the voice set up is on Windows, I'm running OBS, and then I'm using the standalone app, Reaper, going through virtual cable. And I'm not sure if it's the virtual cable or if it's Reaper. It got quiet in here. Let me check. I think that's a Control-Alt-Delete Task Manager. So I have the CPU right now at like 75 to 80%. So we have it's a i7 6700K. Thank you, Ashley. And then we have 2 graphics cards. Yeah, I have a lot of cooling fans. We got 5 in the PC tower. So I can't see the temperature, but I could probably turn the fans a little bit higher. So one graphics card's at 70, and another's at 40. So it just gargled right there. And the CPU didn't spike. Okay, so a few streams ago, I was sitting at 190 trying to have a conversation, and the max is 200. It was an odd day because when I do a time trial, max is like 87, steady. Okay. So like, I'll rarely see 200. We'll see. We'll see if I can hit 200 on camera. Not today, though. I'm being good. I'm trying to take it easy. So for me, it's like 140, 155. How are ya? So Ashley, are you gonna go to Richmond? It's coming up in a few days, but you can get there early if you want to. So I think if they add some extensions to Richmond, allow you to ride backwards, it'd be a bit more popular. Maybe change some of the textures, add some people. I mean, I'm sure someone put a lot of work into it and is pretty happy about it, released it, and they gotta read these comments. Yeah. So I think if you set the date back to October 31st, you'll see pumpkins in London still. So Jim, the loop that I've been doing is the big mountain loop. Up and over the mountain, skip the radio tower, into the new jungle, through the volcano. Yeah. It's typically set to Watopia for us here. I need some UV light bulbs to work on this tan. So on the zoomed out view, there's a few roads that I hope that they would expand. I hope they keep building on these worlds and not just add new ones. Like, I hope the iPhone isn't a limitation. So, I think it's the 5 Acres Park. If you stop at the restrooms there, on the fence, there's a sign. Someone wrote "Bad Wolf." Bad Wolf, and I didn't know what it was, but Katie told me. I like the candy. Nerds candy's pretty good. We had some at work and had a few of those little sample boxes. I just haven't watched this show. I started watching the first episode on Netflix of the new remakes. Not remakes, I don't know. The new beginning. And I watched like halfway through. Katie said to skip ahead. She said it about a few shows. It was Black Mirror. She said to watch, skip the pig episode. So I haven't watched Black Mirror yet. I think there's Westworld that we still need to see. So Flanders, if you're talking about in-game expansion, that'd be fun for the people with Neos. They can feel the roads. I think someone was joking about having a seat post that simulates a pothole and just kicks up like a foot into your rear. I haven't got a flat yet in Zwift on my kicker, but that needs to happen. Get some realism in here. So, next time I'm in Watopia and free riding, I'm gonna ride into the tunnel. There's nothing on the other side, but I know how to ride off course. I can do it. Maybe there's Scotty the Squirrel hidden in there. So a lot of the cameras in Zwift, the detached cameras, they clip through buildings. And I want to see like a squirrel in the bus or something. Something that you're not supposed to see. So it seems like most of the people at Zwift aren't excited about a big climb either. And then Road Grand Tours is coming out with a lot of big climbs. And John Mayfield said they're playing around with the idea of a bigger mountain climb. Something to put the epic KOM to shame. But we'll see. So, this guy Pete, the only reason why I get a kudos from him is because it's accidental. He always makes sure to send me a Facebook message. Oops. My finger slipped. So the climb is, it's like 20, like a little over 20 minutes forward, and like 16 reverse. That's doing a FTP test. So, when I saw the E-Everest challenge, I did get excited about it. I think I can do repeats of the mountain and do it in 10 hours or so. See, Ashley. That would be 4 more hours than I've ever spent on a bike. So Jim, what I was saying when you were telling me YouTube was telling you to slow down on messages, the mic started to cut out, I think, at that time. Twitch and Mixer doesn't have a limitation, and the link should be below the YouTube video. So maybe in one of the bowls on the back side of the mountain, you can just kind of yo-yo back and forth. So less climbing, more momentum. So you'll still get the badge in Zwift. So I did Norway, the KOM, around the same time they did that. And like I did the map before, years ago, to see, can I Everest Norway Hill? And it was like a 190-mile ride or something silly. So I would need some spare brake pads for that effort. And a motor. I can go up at once. That's about it. Oh. I'm happy with where I have my name on Norway right now. I don't mind going up Norway. It's better than, I think, Hollywood Hill. Hollywood starts out so steep, and then you got the blind corners. So Katie, I turned off erg mode smoothing on the kicker, on this kicker. I didn't like how steady it displayed, and I'd rather have the more precise information, little peaks and spikes, so I can go harder and see that. So as I start to get lazy and back off on cadence, I'll know sooner because my power drops. I think it's a better feedback. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I've been pretty lucky. But I know a lot of people who've had troubles with traffic. Yeah. So how's the body now? Yeah, what happened? I've seen cars on the Burt Gilman before. Yeah. Okay. I haven't been on the Sammamish Trail, but a few times. And I know the Burt Gilman used to, I think it used to have a stop sign at every driveway, every crossing. There's a lot of routes, and it's smooth paved now, and they ask the drivers to check traffic rather than bikes. So I think they used to hand out tickets on the trail if you were doing over like 15 miles an hour. Yeah. So I had that almost happen. Someone, you know, I'm going downhill, and someone pulled out in front of me making a right turn at the intersection, and they pulled out, and I went on the inside of them because I was doing 35. They pulled out in the intersection and then pulled into the next right turn and almost clipped to the back of the bike as I was passing them on the inside. So that's in my index of things that people do to watch out for. Yeah, it's no good. I've fractured one bone before, and that was it. And it was actually catching a football just the wrong way. Let me see if I can hold it up to the camera. One thumb is slightly longer than the other. And I only noticed that one time when I was driving into work, and I noticed that one hand wouldn't wrap around the beer bottle as much as the other. I'm kidding. I was texting and driving, and that's when I noticed it. Still kidding, but I only did notice it a few years back, and that happened when I was in like middle school. At the time, I was disappointed it wasn't my right hand, because I would have had an excuse for not doing schoolwork. I could bring maybe like a tape recorder or something instead of writing notes. I think now in school, instead of writing down notes, you can wait for the teacher to write everything on the whiteboard. Snap a photo. Wait for them to write everything else. So I've definitely had the experience of being bandaged up and not able to comfortably lay in bed. You know, things start to ache laying on one side, and you want to turn, but you're all bandaged up. That's the one thing I don't look forward to. So, like, I get excited about stage races, road races, time trials, because they're safer. Like a one-day crit, you get people who make a lot of risky moves because they're signed up. Steven Wilson's local rider getting on Zwift for the first time again. So hopefully he's got his Zwift set up now, I've seen him on a few times. Hopefully he's enjoying the experience. Especially with the snow here in Seattle the last few days. So, I hope Katie can get into some time trials, because with the exception of the turnaround, there's nothing to worry about. And she's not on a tubular, so she doesn't have to worry about rolling the front tire. So we have Icebreaker. Yeah, Icebreaker here. I think it's in Tenino. Jack Frost in Oregon. Those are both like the start of the year. So, you might be able to buy a one-day license. Maybe. Katie, if you're looking for a race team, I'll set you up. I got some skin suits for you we can tailor. So, at end of the year, there's a 25-mile time trial. And there's been a few different ones over the years. I wish we had that here. I would be all over hill climb racing. Yeah. So I think I've done like the state TT in Florida, and that was the only one that was that length. And that was a while ago. It'd be nice to see what I could do with a power meter instead of dying the first 5 minutes and hanging on for 55 more minutes. So I need to put the TT bike on the kicker, and it's just sitting over there. I just get used to that position now. I tweaked it a lot, being able to just ride steady indoors and get off and make adjustments. Nice, nice. So what percentage of FTP were you trying to sit at? I mean, that's awesome. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Nice. So I'm going to be trying to do more of that. Long, steady efforts just to get ready over the winter. Julianne, thank you for the ride on. Yeah, that is a diesel train for sure. That's awesome. How many hours a week are you spending on the bike? So right now, I think I'm doing like 9 to 12, and I'm gonna start bumping it up. I'm gonna cut back on the intensity that I'm doing. I'm having so much fun doing intensity though. I need to also get better about getting on the bike early in the morning. Early meaning like 9 a.m. and not Eric Jennings 5 a.m. That's awesome. I think I do like 9, and then 12, and then I like skip a day a week, and then it's like 6. I want to be trying to do at least 10. That's awesome. The last few live streams that I've done, I've got on the bike, today included, and I say, so today is a fasted ride. The exception being, I just had Chipotle like 30 minutes ago. I'm eating gels every 30 minutes, drinking Scratch Labs. But besides that, today is a fasted ride. So, normally I get like on track like 10 to 12, and then I stop riding. And I'll hit like 8, 5 maybe. But this year I'm on track for 10,000. This will be the first year in a while that I've done that. Thank you, Eric Min, John Mayfield, and all the other people at Zwift for getting me on the bike consistently. So when you get on the bike and do a fasted ride, and you get off starving, how do you feel? Like, do you get back on like an hour later after you eat? Do you feel like a hollow shell of a person for the rest of the day, no matter how many gels you eat? I did one fasted ride, and I just felt I did an easy effort, and I always have these in my hand, like every ride. I need to do more fasted rides for sure. See how they feel. So it was like a recovery phase for me. And I just didn't feel like I had the ability to do a hard effort later. That's probably a lot cheaper than these. I just bought 240 more SIS gels because I'm getting low. I think mentally, I feel like this is a healthy choice, but I do have Woodinville Whiskey Company maple syrup in the fridge. Thinking about it, that's probably actually more expensive. This would be the cheap option compared to that. So if you haven't tried Woodinville Whiskey Company maple syrup, they have it at QFC. They take old whiskey barrels and they age maple syrup in those barrels. And it is incredible. Highly recommend it. So we don't drink, but we want to go there now and check out the distillery. So besides this one gel, totally a fasted ride. So I say I don't drink, but like 2 years ago when I was in the Cat 4s, I would buy a sake every time I podiumed to race, just to have like a thimble of sake at night. And we had a fridge filled with sake bottles. So some of them were good. A lot of them were funky. But besides that, we don't drink. Yeah, soju. 10 years, huh? I think I was there for a little bit, 10 days, 5 days, I don't know. And we had like Korean barbecue every night. And I wanted a burger or some pizza. And I think it was Jeju Island. We went by E-Mart. Okay. And we got pizza at this E-Mart that had everything on it. I think it was, I had mayonnaise and potatoes. Huh. Scotty, how are ya? Yeah, so we met back in high school in the AFJROTC. Haha. Thank you for the host. So at the start of my morning, I was watching Scotty Weiss. Uh-oh. Okay, I gotta figure out that mic issue. The start of my morning was watching Scotty Weiss doing, I think it was 3 hours. 3 hours is what I saw. And this is the end of my day. So you gotta start with Zwift, end with Zwift. Some Zwift in the middle. And we'll do it again tomorrow. So I can tell you the mic gargle is not from Katie using the microwave. But I have noticed stream issues when she makes popcorn. So we need a note on the microwave. Do not use if the studio lights are on. So Scotty, I have an umbrella light on my left, an umbrella on the right, and I've got one down here off to the side. Not Wi-Fi. So I'm doing a tethered hotspot right now. So it's not a Wi-Fi issue. So it's not bad for being on mobile internet, huh, Jim? Thanks for keeping that T-Mobile network up and running. Yeah, so Scotty, your pain cave's gonna get a little bit cluttered, but you have what, 3 bikes lined up? So at first, I was a bit worried because we've got the TV in front like you do, Scotty, and then I am surrounded by lights and fans. Like, it looks pretty intimidating from the outside, but I nestle in here and I've got my fan remote controls. So we looked at switching to Comcast, and it was like $50 a month for the same internet that we get through T-Mobile. And I think they could say like up to 5 megabytes per second upload, which means half that. So I'm here for fun. Like, these videos are beneficial personally. If I do an FTP test, I can watch myself do that same effort and watch myself suffer in the past. Hopefully, I'm doing a lower effort, and now that should feel easy. So I guess we should ask, how much T-Mobile data do you go through on your phone in a month? So if you check like speedtest.net, you'll get higher numbers. But if you do a Google speed test, that's the numbers that are reliable for me to see for streaming. Because I see 5 on speedtest.net, but on Google I get 2. So I'm streaming at 1.7. We go through a fun amount. So when I do a speed test on the phone, I don't know why, but it hooks me up to like East Wenatchee, and the numbers are terrible. And sometimes I can't check a different server. And it's reflected on the PC too. But when it hooks me up to Seattle servers, like the numbers go back up. Okay. Tell them to disconnect me. I get slower numbers. So I can see like 25 to 40 if it's not peak hours. And that's what I want to see for download. And when I'm in Wenatchee, it's telling me like 5? So Jim, hook me up with some T-Mobile internet speed, like a boost. It's a Note 4. See, that's good. I'm not sure what bitrate you were streaming at, Scotty. But this right here is at 1700. And my max is 2000, I think. Katie, we need new phones. What? 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 So I haven't felt the need to buy a new phone. I got this down in Oregon 2 years ago when my Note 2 was having some software issues. So Katie, we have 2 Wahoo kickers. I think tomorrow, one of them's gonna go back to REI. So if you can get your bike off of that. So proof that you were here. I'm gonna get the box out of the closet. You'll see me tomorrow on stream at 4K. So which phones have that? So I think, I'm not sure what Mixer is, but that might be the max for Twitch. It might be. And that's pretty high for 720, I believe. So Scotty Weiss had his iPhone 6 on a ride in the rain, I think is what he said. So he's got a new iPhone 10, iPhone X coming in white. I was in that live stream. That was my my breakfast stream. Me and Spreadsheet Zach. I want to see him stream. So I found if I want to hit UK time zone, I need to be on at like 9, 10, 11 a.m. We got a lot of friends that would be able to watch. Like right now, it's midnight. It's a morning time for them. Sleepy time right now. So I'm actually at 720 at 60 frames per second. I can notice a smoother Zwift frame rate in stream, and that's at 1700. So I would try. I hear the mic cutting out. Oh, let's see. So I would try like 2500 or 3000 and see if that works for you. Because we were actually getting stream at like 21 frames per second. Test. See, I've got Reaper open as a standalone, and I'm not sure why it's doing this now, but I'll need to double check. Hello. Okay, so I restarted Reaper. Yeah, I think 90 more minutes. So I thought the voice was supposed to be prioritized. So if the video cuts out, you can at least still see what's going on, or hear what's going on, even if you can't see it. So Reaper, I'm removing some of the FX chains, and the remove all is right next to remove one, so I gotta make sure I don't hit that. You'll hear a ton of fans right away. So Scotty, when's the next stream? Oh. I gotta figure that out. It might be a setting in Reaper that's slightly different from OBS and the virtual cable. Okay. So I'm following you now. I should get a notification. Yeah, look forward to it. So, I'm using copyright-free music. So I'm watching the stream in the background, listening to it, to make sure everything plays correctly. I'm not sure if the last question came through, because the stream dropped for me. But Scotty, how do you get away with playing like copyright music? Because everything that I have playing, you can see in the bottom right, and it's copyright free, so I don't get flagged on YouTube. So I was watching Zuzkana and a lot of her videos kept getting flagged. But I've seen Nathan playing like Space Jam. It's dropping to 0. I wonder if that's stream issues on my side. I'll figure it out. So in the background, I have 3 browser tabs open, monitoring Twitch, YouTube, and Mixer. And on my phone, I have a stream running as well. And that way I can make sure I'm talking over the music and that I'm still connected to the internet. So it jumped up. I know when I'm watching Nathan's stream, it'll freeze, and I'll wait, and I'll wait. And the trick is, close the stream, reopen it, and there he is. think every time it happens too, I'm asking Nathan a question. And I'm waiting for the answer. And I'm staring at the screen. Is it gonna start loading? Or do I refresh and miss a chunk of time? The one thing I like about streaming is it takes up like no hard drive space. So as long as I'm connected to the internet, like I have a copy saved on YouTube. Scotty, 3 strikes and you're out. You're gonna have to go by the Scotty Weiss 2. Get 3 more tries. Oh my gosh, we got a runner up ahead. I want the bandana, the hat, the visor. I'm gonna have to get one of the Garmin foot pods. Put it on my foot on the bike and level up. Now that I'm level 25 on the bike, gotta start unlocking the runner stuff. Maybe I'll attach the foot pod to the Waka Kicker flywheel. Just sprints all day. Huh. I don't want to get strikes. Ah. Yes, I love that dude up in the corner rocking out. Thank you for the follow. Welcome back. So I think between Twitch, YouTube, and Mixer, you can close the stream and reopen it when you're watching someone, and the chat's still there. To our Twitch, if you close the stream, you miss all the chat when you weren't there. The gym, thanks for joining. I'll see you out in Watopia. Absolutely. I'm gonna have to try and do the 2-hour solid state. See what I can do. I'll meet you at the Bad Wolf graffiti at 5 Acres Park along the Sammamish River Trail. We'll trade notes. So less than 2 hours for me. Five acres? 60 acres? Is it? 60 acres? I'll have to between Redmond and Woodinville. Wilmot Gateway Park and Redmond. 60 acres. Bigger than I thought. Yeah, the soccer fields is what I was gonna say. I'll see you out at 60-acre park. Bring a soccer ball. It's on. Yeah, have a good night. So I think I need to add to the YouTube description. It starts telling you to not send as many messages, to head over to Twitch or Mixer. So I haven't been drinking a whole lot. When I do this, that's when I get on the scale and my weight goes into the 130s. So I need to be doing this a lot more. Not worried about hopping into as many Zwift races, which I haven't. But it's been on my mind as though I should. I've been doing hard intervals. And what, it's in November now? I need to back off, I think. Focus on more endurance tempo and not try to set 1 minute personal best efforts like I did yesterday. Why not everything? Do everything right now. Sets a 10-second best effort. Hold it to a minute. Bring it down. Hold it for 5 minutes. Just set a whole new power profile. Thank you, Brooks. I kind of do have unlimited hours. I do massage therapy. But Katie, you can just work and I'll ride the bike. I've been doing massage therapy for the last 10 years. So I have like 5 hours a day to ride. And that's my limit. 4 days a week. The other days I can do 24-hour epics. But the 24-hour epics is me behind the keyboard and OBS trying to play with settings. Sorry to keep you up so late, Katie. If you want, just keep putting sleeping pills in the cycling bottles. Hand me at the end of the ride. I will, I'll be there with you. Squirrel Girl. I look forward to her ride on every ride. Her and, Bunny Dude. The Bunny Dude, his name is, John L. And he's got a bunny as his, profile photo. And I believe he gives a lot of people ride-ons. My mom's in Florida, I'm in Seattle. And my mom asked me, who's this bunny dude that keeps giving me ride-ons? And, Katie and I were cracking up. Because he's been doing that for us for a while. And here's Wilcox, out of Oregon. And Sarah Brooks. I love the social aspect of Zwift. I could be here on a trainer staring at a wall, but I'm getting excited because some dude in Tennessee is giving me that blue thumbs up. And when Katie and I see him on, we race to see who can give him the kudos back. Scotty Wise, thank you. You changed your name earlier. It said weissmixer.com/the SW. I think Katie's waiting to see someone give me a ride on. Because she's got her phone up to the TV trying to take a picture. Thank you, Jim Hansen. They're coming in now. My goodness. Look at this guy's cadence. That's incredible. So the Wahoo Kicker cadence sensor pings at like 10,000 when it first connects, and I crack up every time. Katie, what are you waiting on? What are you looking for?
Perfect.
Butterfly murder? I don't know what that means. Is that at the start of the clock? Katie's up to something. You want me to mute the mic so you can explain yourself? That's a little ways from now. So I'm going to use the new tab function and skip into the cooldown. I just found out that you can tab to skip through intervals. Haha, look at this. Cooldown starting 20 watts higher. Who programmed this custom workout? The 10-minute cooldown is half of endurance zone still. High endurance. When I'm ready, I'm ready. So if the keyboard here had a page up, page down, you can actually change the FTP percentage. Ha ha ha. So I've raced with him in Oregon. He was the rider in front of me. It was a time trial. He was my, I think, a 30-second man, who I had to chase down. I don't know if I've raced with him since, but we've been following each other on Strava. He rides super early. So, I normally use the mobile app, but I'm making sure the stream is up and running by running it on the phone. So I have on OBS, I have a few different overlays. One of them is this little squirrel, Scotty the squirrel. So tell me, keep breathing, and then if I need to hide, I'd put this on. It's busy here in London. So maybe for me to check the mic, what I can do is turn the bitrate higher to see if the if I can get the internet to struggle, and if the mic is going to start cutting out. So check this out. I set high goals for myself. It's kind of like a squeaky cleat, or a bottom bracket or something, or a chain. I tell myself during the ride, oh, I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna fix that as soon as I get home. And I see that 2-hour weekly goal every week. I'm gonna fix that as soon as I finish this ride. Okay. So look, it's the Scotty Weiss 1. You can hear Katie go off on the mic. Scotty Weiss 1. Maybe because the Scotty Weiss got flagged on YouTube, and that's the second account. Scotty, you gotta get your act together. Quit those illegal things. So I was worried about being on camera. I was like, how am I gonna talk for 2 hours? Like, I do massage, like, I'm not used to holding conversation, you know, massage. You don't want a therapist to sit there and talk to you the whole time. And I was thinking, on stream, it's gonna be the same thing. Like, I'm just gonna be in an empty room. But I watch myself. And this dude doesn't stop talking. So the first few streams, I had to work on my FTP for my my smile. I had another streamer come in, Eric Denning, and he's on Team ODZ, and I don't know how he did it, but he said the team has the ride-on bazooka, and he said bye, and like 30 seconds later, I had a ride-on from someone on Team ODZ, and then another thumb overlapping, and another thumb, and another thumb, and another thumb, and I just had a swirling blue thing of hands dropping down, and I was trying to figure out what the heck was going on, and in about a minute, 16 came down, and I sat there talking for like 10 minutes how crazy that was, and how my wife set something up for that for our anniversary for the Ladies Face Facebook page to drop all these thumbs. And I realized I was not connected to the internet anymore. But it took me 10 minutes to figure that out. So, Eric Denning has the power to cut my stream. It was the ride-on bazooka. I should have ducked. I know better next time. I think that's Monica. So for our anniversary, Katie had me get on the bike, and she was saying, pick a time, and she was telling me like weeks ahead of time. And I wasn't sure what was going on. You know, it wasn't a big deal for me to ride at any time on our anniversary. And she should have told me just to get onto a certain ride at a certain time. But I thought it was so weird. She kept asking me, pick a time you want to ride at. And she was setting it up for weeks for the ladies' Facebook page to blow up my ride with ride-ons. And I sat on there for an hour or so and got 80 of them. And I couldn't believe it. Like, it was incredible. And she spent like weeks setting that up. And Eric Denning popped in stream for a couple minutes, said hi, said he's leaving, just wanted to grab a link real quick. And on a whim, got me 16 ride-ons in a row before my internet dropped. I wonder how many would have came, but yeah, This is Tony Clues. He does a lot of the Zwift fitness rides. The best thing about Zwift is it is social. You know, we get to see like a first initial last name, and I can go, oh, that's Monica, oh, that's John, oh, that's so and so, and we have like 100, 200 people that we follow. And I am bad with names, but I'm getting a lot better at knowing, you know, who's who, who's what. It's I mean, a year ago, I didn't know about Zwift, and now, like, I'm I'm indoors, like, I've switched almost entirely to indoors. A year ago, I was telling people, like, I don't recommend buying a trainer. You can sit inside, stare at a wall, try and play Netflix, and, you know, you're gonna slowly, you know, get into a recovery zone because you're not paying attention. And now, like, you can go inside, you can group ride, you can race. Like, that excitement of looking forward to a weekend group ride, you can look forward to it every time you clip into Zwift. And that's what makes this this platform so incredible. A lot of people are weekend warriors, and with Zwift you can do that consistently every day and become a strong cyclist. So thank you Eric Min, thank you John Mayfield, and everyone who's a part of Zwift. I think you are changing cycling for the better. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you guys for joining the stream. I'm gonna try and stream. I'm on the Pacific Coast. I'm gonna try and stream like 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Starting time. One thing I need to be better at is getting on the bike in the morning. You know, if I have a 5-hour window to ride and I have a 2-hour ride, I'll wait 3 hours into that window so I clip in like last second. And that's one thing I want to improve. That comes in handy when you're starting a race and you can't push off the start time. Being able to be ready for a start time that you can't push back. I'm gonna work on it. Scotty, thank you so much for showing up. Jim, if you can get my my T-Mobile speeds up, either through some back-end stuff or recommending a new phone for me to buy, I'll thank you. Katie will thank you. Scotty, take care. Hopefully the hotkey works, so it throws me onto the goodbye screen with beautiful butterflies. Thank you guys so much. See ya. Beautiful butterflies, it works. See ya.